The MK. Please continue.
Madam Speaker, the camera is on.
I will allow the extra seconds. Please
Thank you.
proceed.
Honorable Speaker, while our people queue for water, stumble through joblessness, and watch their children go to bed hungry, Mr. Ramaphosa is globe-trotting. Yesterday, he was meant to appear in court for the Phala Phala matter, but instead of facing justice, he jetted off again, dodging accountability like a man with something to hide. Tomorrow, we are here to discuss the country's budget, and he's nowhere to be seen. South Africans haven't forgotten those US dollars stuffed in his sofa. A criminal remains a criminal. We have a no-balls president.
Honourable
who
Reddy,
runs...
please take your seat. There is a point of order. The Honourable Skosana was first.
No, thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. The Honourable Member is casting aspersion on the President, but secondly, is using an unparliamentary language that the President is a criminal, says a criminal remains a criminal.
Honourable Skosana, Honourable Reddy, that is indeed an aspersion cast on the dignity of the President. Please withdraw that.
Madam Speaker, must I withdraw the no-balls
Speaker.
part, or which part?
Honourable
Deputy
Reddy,
Speaker.
you know exactly what you have said,
Deputy Speaker.
and it refers,
The-
I am busy with a ruling. I'm busy with a ruling.
My hand is up.
No, I'm busy with a ruling. Please
But
read
my
the
hand is up.
rules. That does not matter.
No, but it's my
You do
right
not
to raise my
interrupt the
hand.
point of ruling whilst the
Exercising
presiding
my right
officer...
to raise my hand. Hand is up.
No.
I can
Honourable
see that
Reddy.
you're about to collapse. You're about
Please,
to make a
Madam
wrong
Speaker,
please
I
withdraw.
withdraw the part where I referred to the President being a criminal running away from criminals.
Honourable Reddy,
what we
that
say,
is sufficient. You have now withdrawn. You don't have to elaborate. Please complete your
he
statement.
could have went next week, but why did he choose to go now? Mr. Ramaphosa sealed the CR17 bank records to hide the identities of his puppet masters. Why? Because they pull the strings of government. This is not democracy. It's white monopoly capital's playground, and Mr. Ramaphosa is their obedient servant. He speaks of investment, but let's be clear, it's not for the people. It's for his billionaire friends, the ones who bankroll him, the ones he truly serves, not the unemployed, not the poor, not the forgotten masses. And to the international community, we say as MK, we hope Donald Trump makes Mr. Ramaphosa sit on the same chair Zelensky sat on and watches his nose grow like Pinocchio's. That's what happens when you lie to your people. The nose grows bigger. The MK party will not let
Honourable
the truth
member, your
be
time has
silenced.
expired.
Thank you.
The ANC.
Madam Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Godongwane, will retable the 2025 budget review on Wednesday, 21st, 2025. This revised budget comes after the withdrawal of the proposed 0.5 value-added tax increase, and we appreciate the fact that the Minister reversed the VAT hike following a decisive political resolution rooted in consultation with all political parties within the Government of National Unity. The revised budget will adhere to all established technical processes and consultation as set out in the Money Bills and Related Matters Act. The African National Congress is looking forward to the coming revised budget, hoping for a budget that protects vulnerable members of society and address the needs of the poor. The budget should be balanced without the VAT increase, whilst aiming to protect vital services like education, health, and social grants. It should be people's budget. It should be people's budget, a budget that does not retreat into austerity, sacrifice long-term transformation at the altar of technical compliance. It should balance pro-growth policy with pro-poor spending, rooted in the developmental ethos in the Freedom Charter and the democratic values of our Constitution. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
The EFF.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker. The economic freedom fighters is discussed by the recent statements made by the AfriForum following the mishandling of the Kwekwe's case by both SAPS and National Prosecuting Authority. The ultra-right-wing organization, which has peddled disinformation about our country in defense of the racism, is now turned into demonizing and belittling a little girl who is failed by the justice system in this country, also in defense of entrenched racism at schools. Following an equal foolish statement by the NPA, coupled with mixed messaging in which they indicated that they have decided not to prosecute anyone for the rape of Kwekwe in November 2024, the racist nutcases at AfriForum are now making unfounded assertions that was never raped to begin with. In a Twitter statement, Barry Bateman, who is a spokesperson of that racist entity, alleged that social media was rallied behind a case that did not exist from the beginning, and that a child who was not raped will grow up being told that she was raped. Even for a racist whose entire existence is premised on the denial of humanity of African people, this statement by AfriForum is hateful. It raises the plight of Kwekwe and her family and portrays them as people who are liars. We take exception to this statement and will do all we can do as EFF in our power to hold these people into account, including reporting them
Thank you,
to the
Honourable
human
Member. Your
rights.
time has
Wait, I'm dealing
expired.
with a very serious case here of a rape.
Honourable Member.
All of this could have
your
been
time
prevented.
has
Had the
expired.
police and the NPA done their jobs like you, Madam Speaker.
IFP
Just wait for us as members who are here. Has
The
voted.
IFP.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Speaker, I'm being harassed here. I'm being harassed here. And this man is always harassing us here in this meeting.
Honourable Mkalipi.
And we
I
are
did
going to
not
attend to
recognise you. Honourable
Please.
Mkalipi. And do not make any threats to other members. You know full well that you may not do that. Honourable Member of the IFP, please proceed. Order, honourable members.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. The IFP is deeply concerned about the ballooning medical legal claims facing South Africa's public health care system, which now threaten its very sustainability. These rising claims, exceeding billions annually, drain already scarce resources from frontline healthcare delivery. Many of these claims stem from systemic failures, staff shortages, poor infrastructure, and inadequate training, all characteristic of broader governance and administrative weaknesses. To address this, the IFP advocates for urgent reforms, strengthening accountability mechanisms, investing in healthcare infrastructure, and prioritizing staff training to reduce errors. Additionally, the party calls for legal reform to cap opportunistic litigation and promote alternative dispute resolution. The IFP stresses that sustainable solutions require collaboration between government, healthcare professionals, and legal experts to balance.
Thank you, honourable
patient
member.
rights.
Your time has
The
expired.
IFP emphasizes this. Thank
The
you.
ANC.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. On Friday, the 9th of May, Deputy President Mashatile, in his capacity as chairperson of the Interministerial Committee on Land Reform and Agriculture, officially handed over title deeds to the Kalana and Kolombana communities in the Eastern Cape. The two communities near Mthatha in the OR Tambo district lost their rights to land through the so-called betterment policy of the apartheid regime. Through this policy, the indigenous ownership of these communities was reduced to quote permission to occupy unquote status. This is a critical milestone in the path towards advancement of rights and freedoms, development, and restorative justice of these communities. Each of these title deeds represents more than a simple piece of paper. Each represents ownership, security, pride, and dignity. These title deeds embody the rights and advantages that come with being full custodians of the available resourceful land. The dispossession of the Colombana community in 1936 and 63, and the dispossession of the Kalana one in 1957 and 1963 in particular, was not just an act of land theft. It was an assault on identity, family, and heritage. The ANC encourages the communities to use the land productively, as beneficiaries should immediately not sell the land, but rather work it to create
Thank you, Honourable
sustainable
Member. Your time has
livelihoods and
expired.
economic growth.
Honourable Dugmore. Order, please. Bosa.
Must bring fertilizers.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. On 13 May, the Special Investigating Unit exposed how billions of rands meant for clean water in rural communities were looted under the guise of infrastructure development. Projects like the Vuwani pipeline and the Lepel Guyani scheme that are meant to bring dignity and life-saving services to our people were turned into playgrounds for corruption. The SIU uncovered rampant tender splitting, unlawful contract awards, and violations of the Finance Management Act that are extreme. Over 4.1 billion was paid out in the Lepele Guyani scheme alone, much of it without any competitive process. And when the heat came, the officials responsible simply resigned and they slipped away with no consequence. It's not just financial misconduct, it is a betrayal of constitutional rights of South Africans, because behind every stolen contract, there's a child drinking from Ramadi River, a family cooking with contaminated water, and a community that does not have hope. What's worse is that this is a pattern. There's a deliberate weakening of oversight mechanisms, and it's a designed dysfunction. As Build One South Africa, we stand with the people who have been betrayed. We will not stop exposing this rot, because South Africans need clean governance and they need and deserve clean water, as is prescribed by the Bill of Human Rights. Thank you.
The DA.
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. This past weekend brought an end to a severe water crisis in the Knysna municipality, which had left parts of the town without water for nearly 10 consecutive days. But relief in the form of water trucks and water tankers was provided not by Knysna's government, which is controlled by an ANC, PA, EFF, and PBI coalition, but by the DA-led Western Cape government and the DA-led Garden Route District municipality, which once again had to step in to rescue Knysna's residents from its inept coalition government. So blatant is the governance negligence that Knysna's own mayoral committee member for infrastructure services, Beauty Charlie of the Patriotic Alliance, chose to spend this time at a party political event in Gqeberha, instead of being on the ground in Knysna to ensure that residents had water. Were it not for the intervention of the DA-led provincial and district governments, Knysna's residents would still be left high and dry. I would like to commend Knysna's organised civil society, such as the Greater Knysna Business Chamber and its infrastructure grouping, AfriForum, Gift of the Givers, as well as the hardworking Democratic Alliance councillors for working tirelessly to donate and distribute empty bottles.
Honourable members, order. Honourable Mkaula, please allow the member his right to make his statement. Please proceed, Honourable Member.
For working tirelessly to donate and distribute empty bottles and containers to help move water from tankers into households. Knysna is but one of hundreds of examples demonstrating what many South Africans already know, that where the DA governs, taps have running water. Residents must remember that their vote ultimately determines whether they have water at home or not. Thank you.
The ATM.
People of Hammanskraal didn't have water under the DA.
The ATM. Honourable Member, I did not recognise you.